BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
Kenzie takes a touch. She'll have one shot to the right side, and it's good. May takes the snap, hands it off to Helton. Similar play, similar result. This time a stiff arm gets Helton free. He's met at the goal line, but he's in.
With numbers, sends it into the circle. O'Donnell to Kylie, shot, score.
Oh, somebody's got to do it. So now the ball through. Benjamin with it. Left foot, right foot is good.
They have cleaned that up over the years a lot. Oh, nice block.
Snap, looks to pass. May rolls to his right, delivers to the end zone. Back in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Good evening and welcome to Bedford High Stadium on a chilly Friday night. No more regular season. Now it's one and done every way we go here as the Bulldogs, the number 1 seed in the Division I tournament, take on the number 8 seed, the Winnacunnet Warriors from Hampton, New Hampshire. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Corey Munster-Tiger. Corey, did you have a chance to watch the Warriors last week in their game against Exeter?
I did. A dominant win for the Warriors last week, and they had an impressive showing. They beat Exeter 34-14 in that first round, and some stalwarts standing out on the offensive side of this ball. Dom Mancini had 4 touchdowns on the day, very impressive. Jackson McDonald with that 5th touchdown. But the beast out of the backfield, Tom Lyons, the junior running back, was huge out of the power I. They ran a lot of power football, some unbalanced line stuff. We might see a similar approach tonight.
Well, I'll tell you somebody else who watched that game in person. It's Bedford coach Zach Matthews, and we had a chance to speak with him earlier today. Let's go and see what the coach has to say. We are speaking with Coach Zach Matthews of the top seed Bedford Bulldogs, ready to play the Winnacunnet Warriors after a bye week. Coach, how did you and your staff spend last weekend? Were you scouting the Winnacunnet game over Exeter?
Yeah, I went to that game. It was a Friday night game. I think it was a pretty dominant win, to be honest, by Winnacunnet. They really dominated the line of scrimmage. And Exeter had trouble stopping Winnacunnet, but Exeter also had trouble really getting their offense going. So I was impressed with how Winnacunnet's playing right now. I really think they're playing their best football at the right time. So we're certainly going to have to, play our best football to match that. I think it's a group that's playing with a lot of confidence. I don't think they're going to come in here timid or scared of us. I think we're going to have to come out and execute and really, make them play football that they don't want to play, meaning put them in difficult situations offensively and defensively.
Now, you haven't played Winnacunnet this year. What can you tell us about their team? What kind of offense, defense do they run?
Yeah, well, we haven't played them in the regular season game, but actually Winnacunnet was our first scrimmage of the preseason. So we are somewhat familiar with the matchup and whatnot. But what I would tell you is they're a power running team. But I will say this about their quarterback, that he's made some really timely throws this year, and they do have a couple big play receivers that can create some opportunities down the field. But you'll see them in their traditional sets. They like to run split back veer. Last week, they spent a ton of time in a double tight end power I set and really just physically kind of really took it to Exeter. So they dabble in a bunch of different things. It's primarily split back veer, a little bit of power I mixed in. And then if they get behind the sticks or behind on the scoreboard, they do have a spread package that they have to go into. So certainly there's kind of 3 different variations of their offense that we have to prepare for in those situations. And that's certainly been a challenge from a preparation standpoint, because you're really kind of getting ready for 3 different offensive skill sets.
Now, playing for a title is nothing new for your senior players like Bennett Matthews and Brody Helton. How important is that experience going into this tournament?
Yeah, I think it is extremely important because for a lot of times these moments can feel really big to teenagers, meaning, and they are important, but I think sometimes we have to remember that these are, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. And a lot of times the pressure that these guys put on themselves can really interfere with performance. And so I think the fact that they have played in big games before, the fact that we had an undefeated regular season last year and lost in the semifinals at home, I think was a great reality check and made the kids realize that we can't take anything for granted. And it doesn't matter how great you were in the regular season. It's really about a series of one-game seasons from here on out. And we've got to play our best each and every time, respect each opponent. And so certainly I think that experience we're going to lean on coming into this week. I think being at home will be a huge advantage for us. We're excited about that. And I think the kids are hungry. I mean, the bye week is great from a standpoint of you can focus on maybe putting in a couple new wrinkles and getting healthy, but as kids, as players, as coaches, we want to be out there. And so our kids are excited to get back out there and have a chance to compete again.
Coach, we're looking forward to Friday night. Good luck, and we'll see you later, hopefully.
Yeah, thanks again. Thanks everybody out there for your support. We really appreciate it.
Performed by the Bedford High School Band.
Our thanks to the coach for taking the time to speak with us. Right now, it's time for the national anthem.
Color guard, halt. 3, set, halt. 1, 2.
The Bedford High Band with the national anthem. While we've got a moment before the coin toss, we're going to take a moment now to thank our underwriters that make the broadcast here on BCTV of Bedford High Sports possible. And they include, of course, Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. We thank them very much for their support.
Sure do. As we have the captains heading out there, of course, the familiar captains from the Bulldogs, Bennett Matthews, Brennan Krause, and Connor Flaherty. They're met out there by the Winnacunnet captains, Dom Mancini, Harvey Reynoso, Sean Griffin, and Anthony Magri. The Bulldogs in their black uniforms tonight, white numbering. The Winnacunnet Warriors are in their white uniforms, blue numbering with red trim. Looking a lot like your Buffalo Bills there, Harry.
It's something interesting on this coin flip. I wonder if Coach Matthews might take the ball if they win the toss, just to get ahead of the game here, try to get those first points on the board.
He has definitely changed his strategy throughout the year. A lot of times when he wins, he has deferred, but more recently, as you've said, he has chosen to receive the ball. Looks like the Warriors have won, and we'll see what they want to do. They're going to defer. So the Bulldogs will get the ball first to start, as you had suggested there. Bulldogs offense led by Bennett Matthews will have a chance to get things started here in this quarterfinal matchup. Early on, 12 minutes on the board. We're excited for this playoff action here. Division I football playoffs here. The number 1 Bedford Bulldogs taking on the number 8 Winnacunnet Warriors.
You know, this Warriors team is a ground and pound ball control offense. They don't throw much. They run a lot. As you mentioned, they have some excellent backs. And they actually had a 12-minute possession scoring drive against Exeter. So that could well be their plan here, trying to grind out the game and hold on to the ball and keep Bedford off the field, which the Bulldogs really can't afford too much. You know, you don't want to wear down your defense, especially since a lot of the defensive linemen are also offensive linemen. You're going to be wearing your players out with these long, sustained drives. So Bedford has to stop Winnacunnet early, get the ball back, and give the ball back to their offense. Brody Helton and Bennett Matthews, your leading rushers in this season. Brody Helton with 123 attempts, 1,178 yards, an average of 9.6 per carry. He's got 15 touchdowns, surpassed only by the 16 touchdowns from Bennett Matthews, 92 carries, 870 yards, 9.5 yard per carry average right there.
We're ready for kickoff here as the Warriors are lined up to your left. Ball is teed up on the 40-yard line. As we said, 12 minutes on the board. We are ready to go. Hand is in the air. 38 degrees and cloudy this evening. We might lose a couple of degrees, maybe 3 throughout the evening as we approach these cold temperatures late in the season. Here's the approach. Little pooch kick down right, fielded by Connor Sturgis. And he'll take a knee right there at the 28-yard line where the Bulldogs will start.
A little surprised that Sturgis surrendered himself so quickly. He had some time to get up and maybe gain a few yards. So the Bulldogs are going to be starting on their 29-yard line. Not great field possession, not bad, just kind of average.
And you'll get a chance to see the Bulldogs offense here. Again, led by Bennett Matthews, Brody Helton. They're in the pistol formation. 3 receivers out to the right. Tight end is left. Matthews takes the snap, hands to Helton. He goes off the left-hand side of the line. He's got a lot of room. He's got first down yardage out with a 14-yard carry out to the 43-yard line. 44-yard line, they'll mark it, and it's a first down.
Tackle made by Connor Kelly for the Warriors. Of Helton just hit the hole, full speed, put shoulder down, dragged a bunch of Warriors with him until Kelly got him down on the ground.
Running behind big senior captain Connor Flaherty, opening up some massive holes on that left side of the line. Big number 71 has been a stalwart all season.
15-yard carry there for Helton.
3 receivers out to the left, tight right. Shotgun formation. In motion is Durso, left to right. They fake it to him. Wide receiver screen out to the left here. Dancing around, it's complete. 5-yard gain out to the 49-yard line. That's Landon Elsmore on the catch and run. 2nd and 5 upcoming for the Bulldogs.
Elsmore getting the pass in the flat, and he just danced around waiting for a hole to open up. Unfortunately, the Warriors just kept closing in on him. He kept shaking and baking so that the Warriors really couldn't close on him until he had a couple of yards to gain. About 4 or 5 on that carry, but eventually they brought him down. He ran out of room.
Good pursuit from the inside from the Warriors defense. Now a 4 receiver set, 2 left, 2 right for Matthews. In motion left to right is Beskar. Takes the snap, hands it off. Helton off the left-hand side. He's got some room. He's got more room. He's down to the 30, down to the 25-20. Forced out of bounds inside the 20-yard line in Winnacunnet territory as the Bulldogs have opened with a few big plays to start this opening drive.
Jackson McDonald, I think, was the one who finally dragged Helton out by his coattails.
Good blocking at the point of attack there, as you can see again, running behind big Connor Flaherty.
And he cut right when Flaherty made that block for him.
And Elsmore picking up a downfield block as well. Bulldogs go empty backfield. 4 receivers way out to the right. Elsmore to the left. Little screen out to the right. Here's Helton on the catch. It's complete. He's ahead for positive yardage, close to first down yardage. Looks like about an 8-yard gain down to the 12-yard line for the Bulldogs with an upcoming 2nd and 2.
Same play
at the 13, so we'll call it 2nd and 3.
Same play that they called to Elsmore, except to the other side of the field.
Different formation there, though. I haven't seen that one before, as they had quads out to the right-hand side. Elsmore was split out to the near left. The empty backfield gave Helton some room out to the wide side of the field over to the right.
Yeah, but the quads also drew more defenders to that side, so Helton had a lot more company.
3 receivers left, 1 split to the right. In motion is Durso. He'll take the jet sweep to the right-hand side into the boundary. He's got first down yardage, down close to the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. On the opening drive, they go up 6-0 with 9:21 left here in the first, with the extra point to come.
So 2-minute 39-second drive starting from their own 29-yard line. 71-yard drive here for the Bulldogs, finished up by Durso with his 12-yard, I guess they're officially going to call it a 12-yard run on the sweep. And Bulldogs are first to draw blood, 6-0, with the extra point coming up from Elijah Todd. He's been an .844 kicker so far, made 38 out of 45 attempts.
But Elijah Todd is parked on the sideline. They're going for 2 here, Harry. Motion, Beskar and Durso move over to the right side. They take the snap. Matthews takes it to the right-hand side, and he's in. 8-0 is your score as Matthews trots it in with a 2-point conversion. The Bulldogs make good on the opening possession of this game.
That's an interesting call there by Coach Matthews, going for 2. I guess he felt pretty confident that he could pick it up against this Warrior defense. And why not score as much as you can and put as much pressure as you can on the Winnacunnet offense to respond?
That's exactly what I had in my mind as far as pressure early. 8-0 is your score, with the Bulldogs driving from their own 29-yard line. A 71-yard touchdown drive opens this up, and now the Bulldogs will kick it away. We'll get our first opportunity to see the Warriors offense, again led by quarterback Sean Griffin. 2 dynamic backs behind him, kind of like that thunder and lightning that we saw from the Giants a few years ago. Dom Mancini quick, a little scat back. He's at 5'9", 145. And then Tom Lyons, again, big boy. He's at 205, short and stocky, but he is a powerful runner. We'll see how the Bedford Bulldogs defense can handle those 2. Elijah Todd set to kick it off. Back deep, Dom Mancini and Harvey Reynoso for the Warriors. Here's the approach. Leg swings through, the ball's lifted in the air and taken at the 14-yard line inside Winnacunnet territory by Reynoso. And he's got some room. He's into Bedford territory at the 50. Todd slows him down and the backside pursuit tackles him, but not before a fantastic return for Harvey Reynoso. Great field position for this Winnacunnet Warrior offense.
Yeah, that was a great run, and also a great job there by Elijah Todd, not pursuing the runner, Reynoso, but just getting in his way, getting him to slow down enough for his teammates to come and help him with the tackle. But they pick up great yardage on that return, all the way into Bedford territory onto the 38-yard line.
You see there, the point of attack at the 30, he picked up some good blocks and just was off to the races. Todd did a good job to slow him down. Griffin under center, takes the snap. Dive off the left side. Lyons is the carrier. He's ahead for 2 yards, maybe, down to the 36-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 8 coming for the Warriors offense.
Yeah, nothing fancy there, just a quick handoff to Lyon. Hit the hole, Bedford was ready for him. Wouldn't go down for a while, though. Bulldogs had to really work at it to get to slow him down and get that whistle.
Challenging big number 71 there. Connor Flaherty on the defensive side at his D-tackle position. Tight end is right, 2-back set for Griffin. Motion man right to left. Takes snap, he's rolling left, looking left. Throws it deep down the left side. Can't quite tell, it looks like it might be picked off. It is picked off.
That was Bennett Matthews.
Matthews with the interception back at his own 8-yard line. And the Bulldogs come up with a huge turnover here early in this game. Couldn't quite tell from our angle so far away here from the press box. It looked like somebody came down with it, but we couldn't quite tell who. And Matthews comes up jumping around and has the interception.
Well, Griffin decided to throw that pass despite double coverage on the receiver. So it was 2 against 1 as to who was going to come up with the ball, and it was Matthews who high-pointed it and came up with it. And it's turnover early here. Bedford erases that quality start for the Warriors. They take over on their own 8-yard line.
3 receivers out left. Tight end is right. Matthews takes the snap. Durso, a little misdirection, goes from left to right, weaves his way in and out past the 15-yard line to the 16 where they will mark it. It will be 2nd and 2.
Anthony Emerson.
Emerson on the stop for the Warriors.
8 yards on a play makes it 2nd and 2.
And the Bulldogs coming up with a big defensive play here early. Three receivers out to the left-hand side here. Beskar is tight right. Take the snap. Hand it off. Helton off the left-hand side. He's got first down yardage and more. He's out past the 35 to the 36. They mark him at the 37. First down carry for Helton, and he continues to hammer away at that 9.6 yard per carry average. Just an astounding number for Helton this season. First and 10 on their own 37.
Was tackled by number 54. Don't have a 54 on the roster.
Matthews, 3 receivers out to the left. He's in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He'll take it to the right side himself. Get tackled after a 2, maybe 3 yard gain. Close to the 40-yard line. We'll call it 2 yards. 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Bulldogs.
Thomas Lyons there for the Warriors to take Matthews down.
7 minutes and ticking here. The Bulldogs up 8-0 after their score on their first drive, and then the Matthews interception gave it right back to the Bulldogs offense just 2 plays in for the Warriors. They'll go to the huddle and break from it. 4 receiver set for Matthews, 2 left, 2 right. Helton to his right. He's in the shotgun, 5 yards deep. Warriors show blitz. Matthews will look, passes it. Elsmore with the catch. It's complete right near the first down yardage. Looks like he'll move the sticks, and they will at the 47. First down for Bedford.
Yeah, Elsmore just got to the spot right at the first down marker. Jackson McDonald and Burke Spalding were right there to bring him down immediately. No yards after catch, but none needed. He got the first down.
8-yard dig. He was right at the sticks. Nice job catching it out away from his body. And now we're going to get an empty backfield here again. 4 to the left, 1 split out to the right. Matthews takes the snap, looks to the right, out pattern for Elsmore. It's complete. He dodges 1 tackler. Now he's got some room. He's down to the 30, 35-20. Takes on 2 tacklers who push him out of bounds near the 15. First down for the Bedford Bulldogs inside the red zone.
Lyons and Connor Kelly were the 2 tacklers on Elsmore. Now, interesting, I don't know if you caught this, but they ran the same motion with Helton, like it was going to be another screen to him. The last time they ran that formation, it was a pass to Helton on a screen. This time they got it to Elsmore. Tried to cross him up.
Nice little wrinkle here for the Bulldog offense, as we have not seen this formation nor these plays out of this formation for them yet this year. Pistol formation for Matthews as Helton is tucked in behind. 3 receivers left. Elsmore split out to the right. Durso goes in motion left to right. They give it to Helton off the left-hand side of the line. He's through the first layer and tackled at about the 11-yard line. 5-yard carry, perhaps 6. We'll call it 5, 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Grant Boyd was the tackler there for the Warriors.
Makes it 2nd and 5.
Ball's marked at the 12-yard line. Heading in as the Bulldogs try to extend their lead. They're ahead 8-0 here in the first quarter, 5.5 and running.
Bulldogs started this drive on their own 8-yard line after the interception by Matthews, so really moving the ball here on the second possession.
Slot right, slot left. Matthews takes the snap, looks to the left-hand side. He's pressured. He's getting chased down from the backside. Delivers it to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Bryson Durso gets deep, clear and free and open along that back end zone line. And the Bulldogs go up 2 scores with 5:07 to go here in the first.
So I don't know if Durso was the intended target, but Matthews had to scramble a bit. He was being pursued in the backfield, and great poise shown by Matthews, waiting until Durso got open. He was kind of pacing him along the back line of the end zone. Floated a beautiful throw and just found his man in the backfield, in the back of the end zone right there. So now Durso's got one of each, a catch and a run for a touchdown, and now we're going to go for two again.
Matthews has three receivers out to the right. Toss sweep for Helton out to that right-hand side. Good blocking up front, close to it, and he squirts in. 2-point conversion is good as Helton is able to capitalize. The Bulldogs go up 16-0 here in the first quarter. 5:07 left in the first.
If Bedford were to win this game, the semifinals are going to be against either Nashua South or Bishop Girton. That game is being played right now at Stellos Stadium. It'll be one of those two opponents, and it'll be Friday at 7 p.m. I assume it'll be here at Bedford High Stadium.
Yes, with the number 1 seed, the Bulldogs would host. And should they get through that round, the championship will be played down at Stellos Stadium on Saturday, the 29th.
And I should also mention, too, that game will be radio only live. We'll have the BC TV cameras there for a video delay broadcast. But you and I will be calling the game only on Bedford 105.1 radio.
Brody Helton with that 2-point conversion. Good chance to say hi to Bob and Carol Sellers down in Florida. His grandparents are always watching. Appreciate you all tuning in and listening, watching the game here on BC TV. 16-0 is your score. The Bulldogs with 2 scoring drives, one starting from their own 29, but an even more impressive 92-yard touchdown. Now, be great score on there too. We don't have that right there, but Division I football games going on all over. Pinkerton was up on Wyndham. I believe it was 27-6. They had started earlier. Wins on those games throughout tonight's coverage. The Bulldogs ahead 16-0 here in the first. 2 impressive offensive drives by the Bulldogs ending in touchdowns. A little worm burner taken by an up back out to the 40 and past it close to the 43-yard line.
Michael Bramall was the...
See what he can do to extend their plays. It wasn't even it was a 2 and a pick. They come out an unline to the left-hand side. Power I behind Griffin. He takes the snap, hands it off. Through to that left-hand side. Dom Mancini with the carry. Looks like they'll give him perhaps a half a yard.
And a penalty flag thrown in.
Don't need that. Still some scuffling up in there. Players falling on the ground. Not the way you want to scar this playoff action here. So likely a personal foul. We'll see which way it goes, but Bulldogs have had some conduct fouls early in this season. A lot of them way back against Nashua South, I believe. At least 4 or 5 15-yard penalties that seem to have cooled off.
They've had one or season. They've had one or two recently. The Keene game had one. It was a blowout. I don't really understand why tempers would flare in that one.
Yeah, I think it was more about the chirping going on than anything else, and that's why you're getting some flags here. So the officials will huddle on the Winnacunnet 38-yard line. Ball is marked at the 35. There was a loss on the play. Not quite sure.
About 8 yards.
Spotted, yeah. I mean, that was pushed back, though. It seemed like he got to at least to the line of scrimmage on the carry, right? And then got pushed back and back and back. So we don't have an accurate spot after the play, although they do put it back on the 39 right now. I'm not sure it was a 4-yard loss on the play.
I wonder if it was offsetting personal fouls here. We'll find out.
Either way, it's not really what you need in a playoff game here. Of course, you need to stick up for yourself. And it does look like they are offsetting personal foul penalties. So it would be 2nd and 14. Ball's on the Winnacunnet 39-yard line. They're back in that power I set. And now we're getting a quick timeout. Near side linesman wanted things to pause. And we're ready to go. Griffin goes to the sideline, clarifies the play call. Unbalanced line to the left-hand side. Power I left behind Griffin. Takes a snap. The ball's on the ground. He doesn't take the snap as he fumbled the snap from center. Tough loss of a down there. Looks like it's pretty much right at the line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and long for the Warriors. The Bulldogs will put in a little nickel defense here.
He's going to lose a yard on that fumble recovery. Griffin did.
Yeah,
so
mark it at the 38. So 3rd and 15 for the Warriors. 4 minutes to go here in this first quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 16-0. 2 touchdowns. One through the air, one on the ground by Bryson Durso. Bulldogs lead early. Griffin's in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's got trips right, he looks that way, delivers it down deep. He's got his man, but it's picked off again. Looks like Elsmore this time picked off inside Bedford territory. He'll be brought down near the 35-yard line, and the Bulldogs come up with another turnover as Durso.
But Durso's having a game today. 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. Now watch this. Griffin is going to get hit by Flaherty just as he throws, enough to the pass intended there for McDonald, but Durso is able to come up with the interception instead.
So Durso with the pick. Looked like it might have been Elsmore, but it's Durso himself. 2 TDs and a pick, and kid's having a game in just the first quarter. 3:47 to go here in this first quarter. Bulldogs with 2 interceptions already. They'll start their 3rd drive of the game on their own 35. 3 receivers to the left for Matthews. Pistol formation as Helton is tucked in behind. 1 split out to the right-hand side. They hand to Helton. He goes up the middle. He's got some room. He's into the secondary. Weaving and finding more and more space. He's down to the 25 and pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line inside Winnacunnet territory. Helton just has been unstoppable.
Yeah, Mancini got the shoulder into him to get him out of bounds, and if it wasn't for that, Helton would have kept going because that shoulder tackle really did knock him down. It just pushed him out of bounds.
About a 40-yard run there for Helton. As it is 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 22-yard line in Warrior territory.
It's a marvel watching him carry the ball, the vision that he has in the open field.
Empty backfield here for Matthews. Helton goes in motion. He'll take the jet sweep to the right-hand side. He's got some blockers out front. He cuts it back into the middle, punishing tacklers down inside the 10-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs on the 9.
Did you mention that Helton's going to be playing lacrosse in college?
I did.
Boy, what a loss for football.
He is a talented running back, I agree. Vision, his cutting, his quickness, his feet. He has just had an outstanding high school football career.
I know that he's not the prototypical size for a D1 college running back, but everything else is just off the charts.
3 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in this first quarter as the clock ticks. Trips bunch to the right-hand side. Motion man is Durso right to left. Matthews fakes the handoff, now pitches it out, incomplete to the left-hand side as Durso had it bounce at his feet as the intended receiver.
It looked like a bit of a busted play right there. Matthews seemed to be a little undecided what to do, then decided to throw it toward Durso at the last minute. Not a good throw, and Durso wasn't ready for it, so kind of a wasted down right there. First down of the night, though. Everything else has been coming up perfectly for the Bulldogs up until that point.
Almost like an RPO run-pass option there for Matthews. Again, a new wrinkle for this offense that we haven't seen them do much throughout the regular season.
Coach Matthews is pulling out some new plays here in this tournament.
They hand to Helton here. He goes to the left-hand side, tries to get past that tackle, but cannot do so as he's tackled at the 6-yard line. Gets ahead for 3-yard gain.
Josh Moore, the tackler for the Warriors, and that was kind of an interesting run there by Helton. He really didn't hit the hole. He kind of ran right into the arms of Josh Moore. Moore didn't have to move an inch to make that tackle.
Sometimes more is less, as he was right in the hole and came up with an armful of Helton. 3rd and goal from the 6 for the Bulldogs. 2:15 and counting in this first quarter. They lead 16-0. Matthews has Helton to his left. 3 receivers out to the right. Elsmore is split to the left. They fake the jet sweep. Matthews explores the middle, now breaks it out to the right-hand side. He goes to the pylon, and nobody is near him.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Matthews 3 for 3 on the offensive side of the ball, as the Bulldogs have capitalized on all 3 possessions. And it looks like they may line up for another 2-point conversion here. So the 6-yard touchdown run by Matthews caps off a 65-yard touchdown drive as he faked it to Helton there. You see on that replay.
Well, it was a busted play. It was a busted play. Durso ran into Helton, and I think he blew up the play, whatever the play was going to be. And Matthews just kind of improvised, running the sweep to his right.
Either way, the fake worked. Even though there's discombobulation, now we see a toss sweep for Helton out to the left-hand side. He's in. 2-point conversion is good. And the Bulldogs are ahead 24-0 here with 1:57 to go in the first quarter. Just a dominant first quarter here for the Bulldogs.
And where did the Bulldogs start the drive? Was it on their own 30 or 35?
35, so that's 65-yard drive.
So drives of 71, 92, and 65 all capped off with touchdowns with 2-point conversions.
Yeah, I'm curious about the slant for the 2-point conversions. Again, we've seen Coach Matthews go for a 2-point conversion after a missed PAT, but not as an aggressive move after each and every touchdown. So somewhat out of the norm approach for Coach Matthews in this Bulldogs offense, but he's been successful each time. So really putting some pressure on, and certainly with 3 scores in the first quarter, that's even more pressure.
Well, he's certainly sending a message out here about the Bulldogs ready for this tournament. They're not messing around.
Eli Todd is ready to kick it back to the Warriors. Mancini and Reynoso deep again. A little bit short, as they'll take it at the 16-yard line. Wrapped up close to the 25, falling forward to the 27. Mancini on the return. They lift him off the turf. Warriors offense will come to the line of scrimmage. See what they can do here in the rest of the first quarter.
Hey, guess what? We already have games scheduled for the winter sports season.
That's crazy to me, by the way.
Boys
invites coming through for basketball games. Like, hey, wait a minute.
Yep, boys basketball. Our TV opener will be against the Trinity Pioneers, always a quality program. That's going to be on Friday, December 12th at 7 p.m. from BHS Gym.
Griffin under center here, power I. Toss sweep to the right-hand side.
Reverse.
Reversed out of necessity, as Mancini almost dropped the toss and felt pressure right away. He tries to cut back to the opposite side, and he's going to get caught for a loss. Back out to the 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 11.
I believe, I haven't been keeping track of this, but it feels like the Warriors are in negative yardage for on the offense so far.
Well, they haven't had a lot positive, that's for sure. Power I to the right-hand side. Griffin gives to the up back. That's Lyons as he tries to dive off the left guard. He's still motoring his legs and gets ahead. There was no whistle, so kudos for Lyons for keeping those feet moving. He gets out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that's about a 5 or 6 yard gain. That's probably the biggest gain of the night for the Warriors. They had a 2-yard gain, interception, tackle for loss, interception. So yeah, very little going positive here for Winnacunnet.
Lions there with a 6-yard carry, 3rd and 5 coming up for Griffin and this Warriors offense. Power I to the right. Split one left, one right. They get the Bulldogs defense to jump, and Flaherty knew it. A little discipline there.
Yeah, I didn't see any movement. They're going to call encroachment on Flaherty.
This will be close to first down yardage. We'll see where they mark it. I'm not sure if they'll need to measure or not, but
it's not enough, but it's going to be close, about a yard shy.
They do move the sticks.
Oh,
they say
do.
First down. So it was very close, but no measurement necessary. First down for the Warriors. They get a cheapie there, but they'll take it. 1st and 10 on their own 38. We've seen the Bulldogs defensive line get caught on that a couple of times. The hard count works again. And the Warriors with their first down yardage. We'll start in that power I. Play fake, they look to the right, feels pressure. Now he delivers deep down the right-hand side, coming back for the ball beautifully. Nicely done to adjust. Brian McCown. It's complete. And he's tackled at the Bulldog 40-yard line. But the ball was a bit short. McCown made an adjustment and came back for it, and is able to make that completion at the Bulldog 40.
Yeah, that short throw actually worked to the benefit of the Warriors that time as the first quarter comes to an end. Flaherty just missed him in the backfield. Griffin almost was sacked. Griffin able to step aside, make the throw, came up short, but as you mentioned, McCown, who was watching the ball, able to cut back into an open space. He had Durso all over him and was able to make the catch, and that's the biggest positive play here for Winnacunnet. They're in Bedford territory for just the second time at the 40-yard line, and we're about to begin the second quarter with the Bulldogs leading 24-0. We at BCTV and Bedford 105.1 do thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage, including Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door.
So an exciting first quarter of play as the Bulldogs cap off each of their first 3 possessions with touchdowns. Durso with a 12-yard run. Durso again with a 12-yard catch. And Matthews with a 6-yard touchdown run has put the Bulldogs ahead 24-0 after 1. 12 minutes back on the board. We switch sides of the field. 1st and 10 for the Warriors on the Bulldogs 40. Power I to the left. They hand it to the second man through. Reynoso, he gets captured right at the line of scrimmage. No gains. 2nd and 10 coming up for Griffin and the Warrior offense.
Yeah, Zane Beskar was the first Bulldog in on the tackle. No gain. Ball still at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 10.
Again, we'll try to bring you scores throughout the evening. We did have the Pinkerton Astros against the Wyndham squad. The Pinkerton squad was up 27-6. We'll pitch out to the right-hand side. Jackson McDonald with the catch. A little right on the outside of the formation.
Just out of the grasp of Cam Santos, although he's able to get him to step out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up here.
6-yard out pattern turns it into 8-yard gain. 3rd and 2 for the Warriors. See the bracket here as the Bulldogs are taking on the Warriors. Nashua South taking on Bishop Girton. That's down at Stellos tonight. They started at 6:30. Memorial and Salem started at 6:30 as well. And Pinkerton, as you see, has won. They beat Wyndham 34-6 on the final. Dive play here off the left-hand side. Lyons has enough yardage for the first down as he gets inside the 30 to the 29. First down, Warriors.
Yeah, Winnacunnet. Although it's kind of a syncopated
score here as they go into halftime. Nashua South up 24-7 over Bishop Girton.
Bedford, of course, played both Bishop Girton and frankly had a better time with Nashua South here at the Bedford High Stadium. It was Bedford was receiving every points for both teams.
That was a bit of a shootout, but again, the Bulls coming up big there late in the game as they finally were able to tip the tables. Continue on their way to an undefeated regular season. No here, 9-0 overall with that with Thornton Academy, which until the Bishop Girton game was this game they'd had this season. The Warriors came in with a 3 regular season record. They got a win over Bain, so they're 5-3 in New Hampshire. Toss sweep here to the inside as they try to get to the corner, but they cannot. Trout Mancini, before he gets to the edge, was a crowd of Bedlers led by Brendan Krause.
Connor Sturgis was also in that crowd.
I believe Helton might have been involved as well from his linebacker position. 10.5 to go here in the first half. The Bulldogs ahead 24-0 over the Winnacunnet Warriors. Power eye to the right for Griffin. Split left, split right. Takes the snap. He's looking to the right-hand side. Pump fake now delivers deep. He's got his man. It's complete, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown Warriors. Jackson McDonald's 29-yard strike from Sean Griffin. And the Warriors chew into that Bedford lead. See it here on the replay. Little pump and go. They caught Elsmore. Little out and then the up. Double move. And Elsmore couldn't quite catch up as he tried to poke the ball away. No avail as McDonald will cap that scoring drive. They started on their own 28. They'll be going for 2 here. Power eye, double tight set for Griffin. Pass to the other side. Durso picks it off. He kneels it down. 2-point conversion is no good.
That was intercepted by Bryson Durso.
So it stays at 6 for the Warriors. 24-6 is your score after the touchdown strike from Griffin to McDonald.
Yeah, Griffin was hit on that throw. If we can see a replay, kind of a slow developing play. Wasn't sure what was happening there, but he definitely was hit. That affected the throw.
Looked like a little play action up the middle with that power eye set, trying to go out into that right flat, and Durso was there, sniffed it out, and able to snuff it out.
And Durso just adds to his collection of big plays today. Although I'm surprised that he took the knee, because you can return the interception and try to pick up 2 points for yourself.
You absolutely can. That would have been a 98-yard return.
98-yard pick, too.
We did see a phenomenal play by Elsmore. Turned to pick 6 at that Londonderry game. A 100-yard return for Elsmore on that play. Phenomenal late game heroics from Elsmore. Live look in here. Salem 14-7 over Memorial. Huge kickoff. Will go all the way for a touchback as Matthews takes it and does not bring it out. So
that's a little presumptive on the part of the official.
I'm not sure he's going to take that out.
Yeah, is that the rule? If you catch it in the end zone, that's it? You don't get to run it out?
I believe he has to take the touchback there. So it'll come out to the 20-yard line. We were talking about kicker Sullivan Duffy before the game. He's got a massive leg. He's actually the goalie on the soccer team. I was calling a game a couple weeks ago, the playoff game between the Bulldogs and the Warriors, and he was impressive on every goal kick he took, just destroying the soccer ball. And I actually mentioned it on the air. Man, they should put him in a football uniform. Guess what? They were way ahead of me. They were way ahead of me.
Well, I was watching him warm up, and he was knocking him through from 50 yards out.
Huge leg on Duffy.
Their fumble.
Snap here is fumbled. Helton alert. Dives on it, but it's a 9-yard loss here for the Bulldogs. Not a great way to start this second quarter.
Yeah, it was just a bad snap.
So they start on their own 20. The bad snap goes to the 11-yard line. Helton pounces on it, but it'll be second and long for the Bulldogs. 9:35 and counting. Bulldogs ahead 24-6.
19 yards to go.
3 touchdowns by the Bulldogs on each of their first possessions, finally answered by the Warriors. A 29-yard strike to McDonald brings it back 24-6. Matthews has Helton to his left. Heels the play fake. Out to the left-hand side. Durso with the wide receiver screen. Dodges one tackler, spins out of another, finally gets tackled after a 3-yard loss. A lot of action, a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Thomas Lyons was the one who finally got Durso down. He had a spin out of one tackle attempt, but Lyons was there to make sure he didn't get away. So it's going to be 3rd and long here, 3rd and 19 coming up from the 14-yard line.
I think that'll make it 3rd and 16. Yeah,
okay,
so
they moved it up.
Did get ahead for 3 yards on that catch. There was a lot of action in that play for only a 3-yard gain. So 3rd and 16 upcoming for the Bulldog offense.
This would be a big stop on 3rd down if Winnacunnet can keep the Bulldogs away from the sticks.
Absolutely. On their own 14-yard line, they'd need to punt it away. Relatively quiet wind. 3 receivers out to the right. That's where Matthews is looking.
Empty backfield.
Pulls it back down, and now he's going to scramble. He goes up to the middle, now bounces out to the right. Evaded several tacklers, but finally goes down close to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 16 upcoming. Coach Matthews will punt.
You can hear the cheer coming up from the Winnacunnet section that came out here to Bulldog Stadium. Make them happy to see a big play like that. The Warriors finally stopped the Bulldogs on their 4th drive, and they could get very good field position here. They got their back at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it was a perfect example of getting behind the sticks early and a 3-and-out, leading to a punt for the Bulldogs. Negative yardage play on that bad snap. Snap is clean here, but a shanked punt lands at the Bulldogs' 21-yard line, goes to the near sideline. And that was a tough one there.
Yeah, Todd shanked that one.
Was not able to get a good foot on it there. And it goes out of bounds at the Bulldogs' 27. There could be some kind of injury going on with Todd, and that might be why they're not trying these extra points tonight. Either way, not a good result on that special teams play as that ball was shanked off of Todd's foot.
Now, Helton is the other punter on the team, am I correct?
I believe he has done some punting. I believe Matthews has done some punting, especially in the quick kick type of situation.
We'll have to see what happens later, but right now the Warriors are starting at the Bedford 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
They hand it off the right-hand side. That's Mancini, goes over the right guard. Not a lot of room there. He gets 2 yards, maybe 3. They mark it at the 24-yard line. So 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Warriors. Great field position here for the Warriors on the Bedford 27-yard line as they start this drive. And now on the 24, we're going to get a timeout. I believe there's an equipment challenge by Cody Byer. He'll come to the sideline and try to figure out what's wrong with his helmet.
Well, if the Warriors can, even if they don't get a touchdown here, they are in the field goal range of Sully.
Bulldogs show pressure here. Warriors seem like they check out of it. They'll give it to the first man through. Wrapped up and taken down. He gets down to the 22-yard line.
Braden Calkins right there to bring him down.
So maybe another 2-yard gain. 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Warriors. Good job by Calkins from that linebacker position. He came in for Byer temporarily. And now Byer's back in there. 6:20 and counting here in the first half. 24-6 is the score. The Bulldogs ahead of the Warriors.
I'm kind of expecting a passing play here. Keep an eye on those receivers.
Warriors have shown some dynamic routes. They've thrown 2 picks, but then they've also had a touchdown, a 29-yard strike to McDonald. We'll get a timeout here, as I believe the Warriors want to think this over a little bit, make sure they have the right play call for this 3rd and 5 setting. 5:54 to go in the second quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 24-6.
You know, it's easy to listen to Bedford 1051 online. We stream from our website, bedford1051.com. You can also find us on phone apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Plus, you can tell Alexa to play Bedford 1051, and it will. And we should have some interesting, exciting news regarding listening to Bedford 1051 on your phone very shortly. Can't say what it is yet, but stay tuned.
What a tease. I love it, Harry. You're such a tease. So a 3rd and 5 upcoming. That punt really made me think as we look into Salem Memorial. It's 17-7 in the second quarter. It looks like they might be going to halftime here, as they do. Yeah, so a 10-point lead for Salem over Memorial. That's an upset brewing there in that quarterfinal matchup.
Yeah, Memorial is having a fabulous season. I think they're the number 2 seed, right?
They sure are. Griffin here, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 split to the left, takes the snap, has some time, now it caves in, he scrambles to his right, delivers, throws it incomplete out of bounds.
Now that could be called a grounding, although he was out of the pocket.
Yeah, he was plenty outside of the pocket. No receivers around, but he had scrambled well outside the tackle box. Not an intentional grounding. It'll be 4th and 5, and I believe we're going to see the leg of Sully Duffy, number 26, the senior kicker. Ball will be
39-yarder.
22-yard line as the snap. The hold will be at the
29.
So a 39-yard attempt here for Sully Duffy.
Like we said, he was hitting them from 50 in warm-up, so this is easy peasy for Mr. Duffy here. Let's see what he can do. And, you know, a field goal here gets the Warriors to within 15 points.
Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is left. He had plenty of power, but it is left. So no good on the attempt. It will be Bulldogs ball. Again, he had plenty of power there. Looked like he had the distance from probably 45.
Oh yeah,
again, I mean, he was left.
The ball was just under the top of the goalpost, so it was flying. He just couldn't get it inside.
Bulldogs will take over on their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10, with 5:40 to go in this first half. 2 receivers out to the right. Helton will take it off the left-hand side, off tackle, gets outside the edge, blows up a tackler or 2, gets close to first down yardage out past the 30.
Yeah, Helton with the stiff arm there, getting himself an extra yard or 2 that earned the first down. Moves the sticks here with 5:22 to play. 24-6 is your score. Bulldogs are up here in the second quarter. Stay tuned for halftime here on BCTV. We'll have the Bedford High Band performing for you at halftime.
5 minutes and counting. Just some quick score updates that we saw at halftime already. Salem was up 17-7 over Memorial, and South was up over Bishop Girton 24-7. Both those games at halftime already. Pinkerton has already advanced to the semifinals. Snap here low again. They hand it to Durso. He takes it to the right side. Now he cuts back to the left. Shirt tail grab, but now he's into the secondary.
Oh.
Trying to get positive yardage. Finally taken down out past the 45-yard line. 2 Warriors are not looking in great condition back there at the 35. They'll take an injury timeout to sort through that. Hope those guys are okay. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 46.
That was about an 11-yard run by Durso, but he ran about 20 yards to get there. He started to his right, stopped and went completely in the other direction. Evaded a couple of tacklers, and finally Dom Mancini. You know, when Durso tried to hurdle him, he kind of got up and flipped him over.
Durso with several elusive runs throughout this season, showing off his athletic ability again there. 2 touchdowns and a pick on the day for Bryson Durso.
Actually 2 picks if you count this 2-point conversion.
True. It was Oscar Maringu on the ground there for the Warriors. He's up and gingerly walking to the sideline. We hope he's okay. Senior linebacker for the Warriors, walking pretty slowly off to that right-hand side, or to the far sideline, as he favors his right leg. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 46-yard line. 4:38 to go here in this first half. The clock is running as the Bulldogs try to put more points on the board before the first half expires. Slot left, tight right. A back on either side of Matthews in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes to Helton. Play action. Out to the left-hand side. Durso is open, but he drops it. He had a step. He had the ball in his breadbasket, but it slips through. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Man, if he had made that catch, it would have been a foot race to the end zone. He might have been thinking about that when he forgot to close on the ball.
Throws his head back and looks to the sky as he trots back to the huddle. He's going to say, sorry, my bad, Bennett. I should have caught that one. 2nd and 10 on their own 46 for the Bulldog offense. Again, they lead 24-6. 4:15 to go in this first half. Slot right, tight left. A back on either side of Matthews in the backfield. He takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. Takes it to the right-hand side. He's got some room, picks up a block downfield. He gets caught from behind. Great hustle there by Reynoso. But he's inside Warrior territory at the 25-yard line. A big run there, about 30 yards on the carry for Matthews. 1st and 10 on the 25 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, actually, that was very impressive closing speed by Reynoso, because Matthews is pretty fleet of foot himself, although he was slowed down just a little bit, but he had to try to evade Jackson McDonald. He was the last man standing between him and the end zone.
Had it blocked downfield by, I believe that was Landon Elsmore on the right-hand side there. So he slowed up a little bit, tried to set up the block, and as he slowed, Reynoso was able to catch him from the behind. 3 receivers into the boundary to the right. Matthews has Helton to his left. Takes the snap. Looks out to the left. Out pattern for Elsmore. It's an up and out and up. Delivers it deep near the goal line. Batted away. Last second, we get a flag. Ooh, that's a tough one there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was interference. I mean, he slapped the ball away out of his hand. Maybe he hit his hand before he got there.
Yikes.
But I don't know. Let's find out what the call is here.
I'd love to see him pick up this flag. I do not think that was an interference.
No.
We're very far away here in the press box, but it looked like a good play on the ball.
Yeah, just the timing of the play. Let's see what the official says.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
Yeah, that is really tough.
That is a ref call. So the Bulldogs benefit there.
Winnacunnet.
Andrew, can you call that one up?
Bulldogs.
Andrew Fenn back in the control room, controlling the replays here. See if we have time. Maybe we'll do that later.
Tough one there. Ball was on, let's see, the 25. It'll be half the distance. So, 1st down for the Bulldogs. And that one's a tough one there for the Warriors. So, 1st down for the Bulldogs on the 13-yard line.
From the Warrior 12.
Heading in. Matthews in the pistol, hands it off to Helton. He takes it to the left, cuts it back, dodges one tackler and another. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Helton. 13-yard carry.
Touchdown Bedford. That was Brody Helton with a
For Helton.
12-yard touchdown run.
Actually, it looks like a 12-yard, and that's ironic because the first 2 touchdowns were also 12-yard touchdowns.
That's true.
So Helton on the 12-yard touchdown carry this time has the Bulldogs up 30-6 with the extra points coming. They'll go for 2 again.
Going back to that interception, or the pass interference call, Matthews had to really rainbow the ball to him. It's taken a long time to get there, and the 2 Warrior defensive backs closed in on it.
Yeah, honestly, it was a little underthrown there. Jet sweep to Durso as he tries the right-hand side. He is no good. No good. Tackled just shy of the end zone. So it'll stay 30-6, but the Bulldogs, again, an 80-yard touchdown drive capped off by a 12-yard run by Brody Helton, his first on the evening. His 16th touchdown on the year. And at least on the ground. He's got 2 through the air as well. And there you saw the replay. Tough call goes against the Warriors. It was a half the distance to the goal penalty. It was marked at the 12-yard line, and Helton did the rest of the work. 30-6 is your score. 3:20 to go in this first half. The Bulldogs leading by 3 scores over the Warriors. Again, we did see some scores going into halftime. Nashua South was leading Bishop Girton down at Stellos at halftime, 24-7. And Salem was up 10 points. As you see, that BG Nashua South game has started the third quarter. Salem was also up 10 points on Manchester Memorial. 17-7 was the score at halftime. Again, Pinkerton has already advanced to the semifinals.
Getting set to kick is Elijah Todd.
Todd ready to kick it off. Ball is teed up on the 40-yard line. The Warriors have 3 minutes and 20 seconds to see if they can get some more points on the board before halftime. A short kick taken at the 30 by the up back, putting his head down. Big boy, Dwight Souther, takes it out past the 35. They mark it at the 36. Good field position for the Warriors here.
Harshiel Pavati with the tackle there for the Bulldogs. Interesting. I wonder if that was an attempt there to, the old onside pooch kick a little bit, try to drop it into an empty zone, run it down.
Could be. Souther was there though, and able to make that catch ahead for positive yardage. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, their own 36-yard line. 3 receivers set, 2 right, 1 left. Motion man goes left to right. They hand it off. Mancini to the left-hand side. Off tackle left. He gets out to the 40-yard line. Bulldogs showed blitz there, pressuring the run. And the Warriors still able to get 4 out of it. 2nd and 6 upcoming for Griffin and the Warrior offense.
Makes it 2nd and 6.
This defense has done well. They've been taxed with some tough down and distances. They've been taxed with some tough field position. But they've held the Warrior offense to just 6 points here in the first half. Jackson McDonald will take the jet sweep. Now he's going to look to throw. Delivers it down the middle of the field. Overthrows his man, intended receiver Brian McCown. Little option pass there as Jackson McDonald showing off some skills, taking the handoff, throwing it downfield as they try a little trickery on this Bulldog defense.
Yeah, Bennett Matthews was one of the coverage people on that play, and he did a really smart thing. Not necessarily interfered with the receiver, but got in his path and didn't allow him to finish the run, the ability to run that pass down.
Pass is incomplete. 3rd and 6 upcoming for the Warrior offense. 2:25 to go in the half.
The Warriors will get the ball to start the second half. I'm sure Bedford would like to get the ball back here.
They won the toss and chose to defer, so yes, they will get it. Griffin takes the snap, looks out to the right-hand side, delivers it out,
Beautiful
cut.
catch.
Great pass, great catch. Jackson McDonald on the receiving end. 1st down yardage into Bedford territory at the 48-yard line.
Really nice throw there.
Yeah.
Real pro motion there by the arm, with the arm of Griffin.
Nice timing, nice delivery. McDonald with a great catch with his hands away from the body. Gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 2:20 to go in the first half. McDonald has slot left, tight right. 2 backs in the backfield. Little option pass as he pitches it out to the left-hand side, coming up with a good stick. Mancini on the carry. Byer, I believe, came up with the stick there.
I think it was Connor Sturgis, number 1.
Sturgis, okay.
He just blew it up real good.
Great job coming up, breaking down, squaring up the runner. Mancini with 1 yard on the carry. 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Warriors. Clock is ticking inside 150. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Warriors still have 2 timeouts.
Lyons to the left of Griffin. He's in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks down the middle, delivers, incomplete. A helmet pops off. We got some more post-play action going. Flag comes down. Not quite sure what happened on that, but the helmet did come off. Big number 74, Josh Moore.
Maybe it got pulled off. We'll find out here.
Either way, players were not happy after that one, so the officials will huddle up, talk things through. It was an incomplete pass, so it would be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Griffin had to rush that throw because the pocket was collapsing quickly.
Feeling the pressure from this defensive line. They continue to talk things over. 1:33 to go in this first half.
So one of the officials motioning something that he saw, kind of a shove move. Personal foul is going to be on Winnacunnet. That's going to hurt a lot.
Tough one there. The coaching staff on the far sideline throwing their hands in the air, not pleased about that one. So it will back up the Warriors offense as they tried to get some points on the board. They're still looking for answers. All the way back to the Warriors' 38-yard line.
Now you've got a situation where it's going to be 3rd and 24, 25. A lot. You know, and Bedford still with 2 timeouts here. 1:33 to go. The clock is stopped. One play. Stop the clock afterwards. Maybe not if it's an incomplete pass. And all of a sudden now Bedford gets the ball back with about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Enough time to get down the field and get some more points.
Yeah, and even if the Warriors do choose to run it here, the Bulldogs have those 2 timeouts, so they could stop the clock, try to force the punt on this 3rd and 24 for the Warriors. 3 receivers trot out to the right, 1 to the near side into the boundary to the left for Griffin. He's in the shotgun, takes the snap. He looks right, looks down the middle. It's screen out to the left-hand side. It slips through the fingers of Tom Lyons. They had a sneaky play out the backhand side.
Tough break.
To the left into the boundary. There were some pursuing defenders, but he was going to get at least 10 yards on that one. But it falls
Absolutely.
Incomplete.
And now the worst-case scenario, clock is stopped at 1:29. Bulldogs can keep their 2 timeouts intact, and here comes the punt team for the Warriors.
Looks like Michael Bramall will be 16 back. Ready to punt things away. Helton and Matthews back deep to receive this punt.
Michael Bramhall.
Snap is back. Bramall fields it easily. Good punt off.
Very
nice
good punt.
spiral. Matthews lets it bounce, and it's going to go inside the 10-yard line down to the 5 and even further.
Keep going.
It bounces all the way down to the 2-yard line. Phenomenal punt there by Bramall.
Yeah, Matthews might have wanted to catch that. I mean, it was a really clean punt. He could have. It wasn't going end over end. It was like a thrown spiral.
That's what the punters are looking for. That nice tight spiral. They put it on their foot and try to get it to come off smoothly. Bramall did it phenomenally there.
And this changes the calculus considerably. Now Bulldogs have to go 98 yards for a touchdown, or at least 78 yards to get into field goal range, and maybe not even that because we think Todd might not be up to any field goal kicking today.
I think they'd be happy getting outside of the shadows of their own goalposts for now, as they have it on their own 2-yard line. Matthews sprints to the huddle.
Well, let's see how aggressive they call it here.
I'm going Helton off tackle left.
Always a good choice.
Run behind big Connor Flaherty. See if you can get yourself some breathing room. Matthews has 2 receivers right, 2 left. Beskar goes left to right with motion. Helton takes it up the middle. He gets to the 5-yard line.
Not a really. Oh, now we have a flag thrown here. What's going on? This is away from the play.
Yeah, it looks like Bissonnette's going to get Brennan Krause is going to get a flag on that backside. A little late hit.
Tempers flaring a bit here.
So that'll be a personal foul on the Bulldogs. Tempers flaring. We get a little chippy, so it's going to be after the play.
So it'll be 2nd down, and they're going to move back only 2.5 yards. Not a big deal.
So they get a net half yard out of that.
Penalty was against Bedford.
So kind of an odd one there. It's 2nd and 10. They get get 2 yards, but lose 2 yards on the penalty. 103 and ticking for the Bulldogs. Ball's marked on their own 3-yard line. They're ahead 30-6 as we approach halftime here.
Yeah, I think they're just going to run, keep it on the ground here, just try to let the clock run out.
Matthews takes the snap, heads to the left-hand side, looks to pick up a block or two. He gets them. He gets first down yardage. He's out of bounds, out past the 15-yard line. They'll stop the clock with 40 seconds left.
All right, so now you've got a little bit of room. What do? Do you air it out?
If I'm Coach Matthews, I'm happy with a 30-6 lead here. We've got some breathing room here. I might be happy to run it off tackle right, see what happens, see if Helton can bust a big one. But I'm not going to gamble and throw something deep down the middle. We don't need to do that. We'll see if he agrees. Ball's on their own 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They come out with trips to the right-hand side.
Yeah,
Beskar is tight left.
They got the receivers out there if they want to throw it.
Helton to the left of Matthews. They fake the jet sweep. It's a wide receiver screen to the near side. It's complete. Jacoby DeJesus is tackled out past the 25-yard line.
Timeout? Yes.
They do take a timeout. DeJesus with a nice catch and danced around for first down yardage as he gets past
they
the
stopped the clock for the
27.
first down. Okay. So they did not call timeout.
Looks like the Bulldogs may try to get another play off. As we're inside 20 seconds now. 3 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right as Matthews goes empty. He takes the snap, looks to the right, into the boundary. Looks back to the left, and he's going to get sacked here. Great hustle on the backside. Looked like number 54, Ryder Thurlow.
Nice sack by Winnacunnet, number 54, with the tackle.
Staying with it, gets the quarterback sack as the first half expired. 30-6 is your halftime score. The Bulldogs ahead of the visiting Winnacunnet Warriors by 24. We'll go to halftime here and join you on the other side for more quarterfinal action here from Bedford High School. Division I football action in the playoffs. We'll see you on the other side.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
Welcome back to Bedford High Stadium as we are about to begin second half action. In this Division I quarterfinal, the Bulldogs with the big 30-6 lead. They scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions with 2-point conversions, I should say. First touchdown coming on the first possession. Bedford took the opening kickoff, went 71 yards, capped with a Bryson Durso 7-yard run. Bennett Matthews 2-point conversion. It was 8-0. At 5:07, Durso this time with an 11-yard pass, and Helton with the 2-point conversion, 16-0. That was a 92-yard drive. It started at their own 8-yard line. Also in the first quarter, at 1:57, Matthews 6-yard run with Helton scoring the 2 points. 24-0, capping a 65-yard drive. Then finally, the Winnacunnet Warriors answered at 10:07 of the second quarter. Jackson McDonald taking a 29-yard pass. 2-point conversion, no good. 24-6. And then in the second quarter, Brody Helton at the 3:20 mark, 12-yard run. 2-point conversion with Bryson Durso, no good. And that was a 78-yard drive, and that's where we are now at 32-6.
Some highlights here running for you guys. As you can see, these first half highlights, Helton on the run, getting loose into the defensive backfield. Just so dangerous with the way he can see and the way he can cut. Matthews there on the touchdown scramble. The Bulldogs on cruise control pretty much from the first possession. The Warriors doing well to come back there. A little pump and go action. They did the out and up on the right side. You saw that replay there from Griffin to McDonald, but the Bulldogs came back on this 12-yard run by Helton to cap the scoring in that first half. A little bit of chippiness there in the first half, some unsportsmanlike flags on either side. We hope we don't see too much more of that here in the second. The Warriors are battling for their playoff lives here, as this is the state championship tournament. This is the quarterfinal, the 1-8 matchup here. A couple score updates from around Division I football. The Pinkerton Astros advanced to the semifinals. They beat Wyndham 34-6 earlier this evening. We do have a fourth quarter score for the Nashua South and Bishop Girton game. The number 4 seed South leading Bishop Girton 31-14 at our last look. Thank you very much to Andrew Fenn bringing a live look in for these other couple games during halftime.
BCTV Red Zone.
Phenomenal job by Andrew back in the studio. We also have the score update from the Memorial game. The number 2 seed currently behind the number 7 seed Salem at 17-7. That was in the third quarter as well.
17-14 because of that pick six. They had a pick six at the end of the, or in the third quarter. So True. They are within 3 now.
True. 17-14. I'm not sure if they got the extra point. Well, let's call it 17-14 for now.
Might be 13. We'll find out.
Either way, they did come back and make that a little bit tighter game. So 12 minutes back on the board here. The Winnacunnet Warriors will receive the second half kickoff. As they won the toss, they chose to defer. Numbers 0 and 2, that's Dom Mancini and Harvey Reynoso back deep to receive for the Warriors. They had a phenomenal return on the first kickoff. After the first touchdown, they returned it all the way to the Bedford 38-yard line. The officials sorting things out as we get ready for second half action here from Bedford High School.
Big possession coming up here for the Winnacunnet Warriors, trailing by 24. They've got to get some points on the board on this drive. They can't afford to fall back any further behind now.
The ball is teed up on the 40. Elijah Todd takes his steps back, ready to get things going. 12 minutes on the scoreboard, and we're ready to go. Checks both sides, makes his approach, kicks it a low squibber down to the 35-yard line, brought past the 40, close to the 45. That was Michael Bramall on the return, the punter, getting it out to the 44-yard line. Good field position for the Warriors as they start this third quarter.
Yeah, this is a good start for them. They have a relatively short field here on their own 43-yard line. Need to get some points on this drive here to stay in contention. They are 3 scores behind, 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions.
Slot right, split left, split backfield behind Griffin. It's a toss sweep to the left-hand side. They try to get the edge. Getting a few yards on the carry, Dom Mancini. Looks like he has 3 yards, maybe 4. They mark it at the 47, so a 3-yard carry. 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Warriors. You're absolutely right, Harry. Big possession here as they start the third quarter. A touchdown brings it at least a reasonable score, gives the Warriors some hope throughout the second half. Slot right, split left. Griffin delivers down the left sideline, just overthrows Jackson McDonald. Had a step on the defensive backs, Connor Sturgis, but that was just a bit too far out of reach for McDonald.
Yeah,
so 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Excellent play call there. Even if they didn't get all the way to the end zone, it would have been a big gain, 30-40 yards at least. Just a fingertip away from completion.
Bulldogs looking to hold here on 3rd and 7. This might be a 4-down territory type situation, although Bramall had a phenomenal punt in that first half all the way down to the Bedford 2-yard line. Bulldogs come with heat, delivered near side out to the flat, incomplete. 4th and 7 upcoming. Intended receiver Henry Danio Near sideline, number 88.
88. Denio. Yeah, the
incomplete and 4th and 7.
Alex Bissonette was closing in on Griffin. He had to get rid of that ball a little earlier than intended.
I think Griffin took a shot there too, and as we talked about, the punt upcoming from Bramall. Helton and Matthews back to receive on their own 14-yard line.
Respecting the leg of Bramall, they're way back there.
Potential for fake type territory, but Bramall
It's going to be short.
will kick it. It bounces on the Bulldogs 27.
Oh, they fielded it.
Matthews picks it up. He takes it to the left-hand side, trying to get to the edge. Gets out to the 30 and the 40. He cuts it back inside, looking to pick up a block, and he does. He's got a lot of room. He's got some blockers out in front. He's down to the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Matthews on the return takes it. I don't know, 87 yards, 83 yards?
I'd say close to 90. He was close to the 10-yard line. We got to see the replay here to find out where exactly he picked up that ball. And normally they let those balls just die on the field. You remember that's how Bramall, okay, he picked it up at the 13. That was an excellent call, 87-yard kick return.
He takes it 87 yards to the house. No yellow flags on the field, and the Bulldogs have a big play on the special teams unit. They will try to kick for the extra point here, an unusual choice this evening. 36-6 is your score, with Elijah Todd lining up for the PAT.
You know, as I mentioned, the last punt Bramall had and got it all the way to the Bedford 2-yard line. That was one that Matthews let go by him, and this time he decides to pick it up.
Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. 37-6 is the score after that 87-yard punt return for touchdown by Matthews.
That's a gut punch for the Warriors.
Sure was.
Failed to score on their opening drive, and then they give up an 87-yard punt return.
We talked about the importance of that drive. It was a 3 and out. They punted it down, and honestly, that big bounce and big 2 bounces is what gets that coverage team to let up a little bit. Okay, gotcha. He's going to pick it up, maybe kneel it down. We'll get him right away.
Or let it go entirely like he did the last time.
Yeah, not this time. He picked it up, saved some yardage, and not only saved yardage, he gets 6 points on the board. It's what you see when you put those athletes back there deep to receive. You get a block or two. He had a beautiful cutback around the Bedford Bulldog 40-yard line, took it back to the middle of the field.
And that's what sprung him. That's where he found all his blockers, is when he cut it back inside.
And then had an entourage escorting him to the end zone. 6 points for Matthews. Eli Todd, big kick here, taken at the 7-yard line. We had a whistle there. That's the deepest kickoff I've seen out of Todd for the year.
For the year, okay. Thought he had a couple of touchbacks.
I believe we're going to have an offside as we get another look in here to Nashua South. BCTV Red Zone. I hope they haven't copyrighted that, but 31-14, and South is threatening deep in Bishop Girton territory. 5-yard penalty. I believe the Bulldogs were offside here, so they back them up 5. Ball was spotted on the 35, and we'll do it all over again. 10:43 left here in the third quarter. The Bulldogs with a massive special teams play on an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown, putting them ahead. 37-6 is the score. The Bulldogs ahead by 31. Todd approaches the ball, kicks a weird spinner, caught at the 30 by the Warriors, out to the 40, past the 40, and taken down. That was Burke Spalding on the return. They mark him at the 42-yard line.
Another good drive start here for Winnacunnet, but now they're deeper in the hole, trailing by 27 points. 4-touchdown deficit here. They got to start making that up.
Actually, mark it at the 43. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors, and yes, they have some work to do. Slot left, split right, a back on either side of Griffin in the backfield. He's in the shotgun, he takes the snap, hands it off to the left-hand side. Carry, I believe, was Mancini. Excuse me, it was 8, not 0. Sean O'Riordan on the carry. 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 upcoming for Griffin. Sean Griffin's been pretty active in the backfield. He's had a decent passing game this evening. We didn't see much of that against Exeter. They had so much success on the ground. They've been forced into passing situations, trailing by 31 here. So Griffin under center, split backs, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Option to the left-hand side, pitch out to O'Riordan. He's got 4 yards or so. They tackle O'Riordan at the 47, perhaps the 48. 47 is where it will be marked.
Not a lot of urgency on the part of the Warriors here. They're running a pretty standard offense here, considering they need to get 4 touchdowns plus a couple of 2-point conversions just to get back in this game.
3rd and 6 upcoming for the Warriors. They trail by 31 here in the 3rd quarter as we're inside 9.5 in the 3rd quarter. Again, fireworks on the last special teams play. Matthews returning a punt, 87 yards for pay dirt. Griffin in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to the right, delivers it out to the right-hand side. He's got his man, Jackson McDonald's, it's complete, down to the 10-5, he's tackled at the 5-yard line. Big play there for the Warriors. That's what they need, big chunk plays, and they got one there. Griffin to Jackson McDonald, down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Warriors.
Fabulous throw considering that he had the blitz on. And he just dropped it right into the bucket.
Archie Pavati on the coverage saves the touchdown as he tackles McDonald on the 5. 8:45 and ticking. The Warriors showing some life here. They trail by 31, but they're deep in Bedford territory. Trying to get some more points on the board. They come out in a power eye look. Unbalanced to the left-hand side, too tight set. Griffin under center, takes the snap, 3rd man through. Mancini, he's tackled at the 4-yard line. Maybe they give forward progress to the 3. Do 2nd goal from the 3. Matty Ben, defensive lineman. Another one of those lineman stalwarts for the Bulldogs this year, the senior.
Going to mark the ball at the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Right on the extra point, center of the field. Unbalanced line to the left, power eye left. Griffin under center. Takes the snap, goes to the right-hand side. A little bit unusual giving it to 54, that's Ryder Thurlow. He takes it to the right-hand side, gets maybe a yard down to the 2-yard line. This Bulldog defense trying to hold fast after a big catch and run. Jackson McDonald got him down to the 5 for a 1st and goal situation.
Thurlow listed as a unusual combo, running back, defensive end. Usually you don't see those two together.
7:10 and ticking. Power eye left, unbalanced line left. Griffin under center. Lyons, the deep back. He'll take it off the left-hand side, puts his head down, tries to get the goal line. There's a big push and a scrum at the goal line. I think he's in, and they finally signal it. Touchdown, Warriors. That's Tom Lyons on the 3-yard carry. They got a rugby scrum there at about the 2-yard line. They kept pushing and pushing, and finally Lyons ends up in the end zone. 37-12 with the PAT coming. This is Sully Duffy lining it up, hold by Bramall.
Surprised they're not going for 2 here.
Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, it looks good, it is good. 37-13 is your score after the 3-yard touchdown run for Lions.
Well, that puts them right back where they were before the punt return. Still down a number of scores here. And now we're looking in on the Salem Memorial game, and they did get that extra point, so it's 17-14. Salem with the ball.
Fourth quarter, we don't have a time on that, but Salem does have the ball. Back here, a 24-point lead for the Bulldogs with 6:54 to go in the third quarter. They're looking comfortable, yet a lot of time left here in this game. Other scores that we did see, a final, Pinkerton beats Windham 34-6, and Nashua South was ahead on Bishop Girton at the start of the fourth. 31-14 was the score we saw latest. We'll try to bring you some updates, perhaps another live look in.
You'll notice that the Bedford kickoff team's got 7 players up close to the line here. They might be expecting an onside.
Wouldn't be a bad option here as Bramall will look to kick it off. He does try a short squibber. It's covered by an up back at the Bedford 41-yard line.
That was Connor Sturgis.
Sturgis covers it up. And finally, we'll see the Bulldogs offense here in the third quarter. 31-14 still the score. A little hook and ladder play by Bishop Girton. Love it. Used to run that one back in Pop Warner, Harry. The outside receiver catches it, looks for the back running out of the backfield with a quick little lateral. Hook and ladder, phenomenal play. Good one there by Bishop Girton as they run a little trickery on South, trying to come back there. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 split wide to the right for Matthews. Durso goes in motion left to right. They give it to Helton. He goes off the left guard through the A gap ahead for 3 yards to the 45-yard line.
Michael Bramall was the one who tripped Helton up after a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7 upcoming for Bennett Matthews and the Bulldog offense. 6.5 to go here in the third quarter. 37-13 is your score after that 3-yard touchdown run by Tom Lyons.
And I can imagine the Bulldogs happy to just run some clock down here, keep it on the ground.
3 receivers out to the left, tight right. Helton to the right of Matthews in the backfield. He's in the shotgun, as is normal. Bryson Durso motion left to right. They fake the jet sweep. Matthews keeps it up the middle. He's ahead for first down yardage into Warrior territory down at the 47-yard line.
Tackle by Josh Moore. That run good for a first down.
Little ball control offense here for the Bulldogs. This might be a good time for a deep strike as they are in Winnacunnet territory. 1st and 10 on the 47. Inside 6 minutes in this third quarter. 3 receivers come to the near side into the boundary. Beskar is tight right. Helton to the left of Matthews, who's in the shotgun. Calls the signals, takes the snap, fakes it to Helton. Fakes the pass out to the left-hand side. He keeps it himself, and Matthews is down to the 35-yard line.
That wasn't an option play, but it worked the same way.
It sure was. It looked like one of those run-pass options as he pulled it down, looked out to Durso. He had the option to flick it out wide to the left, pulls it down. Lions pursuing from the inside will get the tackle.
And that fake was enough to get Bramall to take his focus off Matthews and move his body, put his momentum toward Durso.
And these are the types of plays that you can run when you have multiple weapons. Durso emerged as that third option before Linda Elsmore arrived on the scene. They have 4 phenomenal skilled players on this offensive side of the ball who have produced big scores, big plays, touchdowns left and right for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, Durso.
They hand to Helton. Off tackle right-hand side. Helton has first down yardage inside the 25. They mark him at the 23, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Talking about Bryson Durso and his impact on the team this year, he's had 26 receptions for 410 yards, 15.8-yard average through the air, and 6 touchdowns. And then on the ground, 22 attempts, 176 yards, almost an 8-yard per carry, and 3 touchdowns. So he's making a significant contribution to this Bulldog offense.
Not too shabby.
Especially when you have 2 gigantic playmakers like Matthews and Helton.
3 receivers out to the left. Medium split to the right. Helton to the left of Matthews. He takes the snap, Little swing pass for Helton. He's out in space. Makes a move on Bramall. Gets more yardage inside the 10. He's down at the 9-yard line. First and goal for Helton and the Bulldog offense.
And Thurlow coming from behind to take Helton down.
Helton a little slow to get up there.
Well, that was a big pop to the back. That couldn't have felt good. You have no idea it's coming, and then boom, you get the helmet in the back.
If they pop one in here, Coach Matthews might consider preserving some of these star players as they look to run time and
heal them
look
up for
towards next week.
Yeah.
24-point lead here for the Bulldogs. They're deep inside Warrior territory.
Yeah, if they get it back up to 31, I think it's in the bag. Not to get too cocky, but 31 points with 1 quarter.
2 receivers right, 2 left for Matthews. Helton to his right. Takes the snap, feels pressure, delivers, but he gets hit as he's throwing. Pressure there by Ryder Thurlow. Matthews goes down, incomplete pass. Second and goal from the 9 upcoming.
His receiver just didn't get open quick enough, and Matthews stuck in the pocket. Waited until his receiver got open, but too late. Thurlow got to him. Although that wouldn't be a fumble. He did complete the passing motion.
Yeah, his arm was definitely going forward. I'm not sure he had much time there either. Thurlow got through pretty cleanly. I'm not sure he was waiting too long for those receivers to complete their routes. Either way, incomplete pass. Second and goal from the 9. 3:48 to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs ahead by 24. Pistol formation. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Durso goes in motion right to left. Helton takes it up the middle. Jab cut out to the left and cuts it back straight up the middle. Tackled on the left hash at the 6-yard line. Third and goal from the 6 upcoming.
Even with a field goal here, not a touchdown, there's a little bit of, you can see that Helton's limping off the field a little bit. He's hurt, so best to get him out of there. And now Winston Hune, who we haven't seen for some time, I noticed that he's wearing one of those protective shells on his helmet. He might have had an issue that kept him out for part of the season because he started out early. Then we haven't seen him for a few games. He's in there now for Helton.
Bulldogs will take a timeout here as they make that substitution. Helton comes over gingerly to the sideline. The trainer is nearby. Hune is in his place, but Coach Matthews wants to get the right play call as it's third and goal from the 6. 3:09 left here in the third quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 37-13.
But as I was about to say, a field goal would make this a 27, how many points? 40, 13, 27-point lead. Still 4 touchdowns.
See right here, your live look in. That score has gone final. Nashua South advances 31-14 over Bishop Girton. A little bit of a surprising score. It was a 3-score game there. Bishop Girton was solid team all throughout the season. Came in at the 5 seed, so not a huge.
They gave Bedford their biggest challenge in the regular season, I think. Them and Thornton Academy were probably the 2 hardest games that the Bulldogs had.
They sure did, and now they are out as Nashua South moves on.
And they will be coming here if the Bulldogs hang on.
Hune is lined up to the right of Matthews in the backfield. Trips bunched to the left, near tight on the left-hand side. One split out to the right. Matthews takes the snap. Reverse to Durso. Dances to the right. He's in. Touchdown, Bryson Durso is third on the game. A 6-yard touchdown run. Caps a 58-yard drive. 3:03 to go here in the third quarter. The Bulldogs back up big. 43-13 with the extra point to come. Durso again avoiding tacklers right as he took that little misdirection play. Flow of the play was going left. They give it to Durso coming back to the left, or to the right-hand side. And he finds his way into the end zone. The snap is back. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. 45-13.
44-13.
44. They put the extra up early. So yes, 44-13 is your score.
31-point lead now with just 15 minutes and change remaining. I'd say this one is pretty close to being in the bag.
A little bit of work to do, run some time off the clock and preserve some of these players as Helton is still on the sideline. I doubt we'll see him the rest of this game.
Yeah, that tackle by Thurlow really, I think, stung him. He got hit in the back. He didn't see that tackle coming when he was running down the sideline.
So he stays seated on the bench on the near sideline. Elijah Todd will kick things off for the Bulldogs, right to left.
Getting set to kick for Bedford is Elijah Todd.
3:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Back deep as usual, Dom Mancini and Harvey Reynoso. And Todd makes the approach, swings the foot through, deep down inside the 10-yard line, taken at the 7. Brings it to the middle of the field, cuts it back to the left. Tackled outside the 25, they'll mark him at the 26.
Tackled by Camden Santos.
Warriors offense will come back on the field. 1st and 10, 2:56 remaining in the third quarter. They trail 44-13.
Starts this drive at their own 26.
Again, some work to do here. Bulldogs able to burn some clock, get some more points on the board. And now Griffin, split backs, slot left, tight right. Takes the snap, looking left, delivering down the left-hand side. A Bulldog falls down. Matthews almost had it picked off, but it hits the turf. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Looked like Sturgis tripped and fell as he got tangled up with the receiver, and Matthews had it right in his mittens. It looked like he had an interception, but
yeah, just dribbled out of his hands.
Fell out of his hands, yeah, just before he went down. So 2nd and 10 for the Warriors.
I don't believe there's any running time here in the playoffs, right?
I think there is, but you have to have that 35-point margin. Split backs, they give it to the second back through on the right side. O'Riordan gets out to the 35-yard line. Close to first down yardage, but just shy. 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Warriors.
You can see Bryson Durso trying to force a fumble there, trying to get his hands inside the running back's grip of the ball to no avail.
The clock continues to tick. 2:20 to go in this third quarter. Flaherty substitutes in on that D-tackle position. Slot left, tight right for Griffin. Split backfield. He's under center. He takes it right up the middle. QB sneak. They paused the whistle for a little bit, but finally blow it dead. He gets out to the 38-yard line and a first down for the Warriors. They move the chains.
That run good for a first down.
So if these scores hold,
1st and 10.
the Bulldogs will take on Nashua South. They were victorious at Stellos earlier this evening.
The game will be here at Bedford High Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff. And the live coverage will be on radio only on Bedford 105.1. BCTV crew will be here to film it, record it for later play.
Toss sweep to the left-hand side for the Warriors. That's Mancini trying to evade tacklers. Spin move gets him out to the 42-yard line. We may actually bring that live, Harry, on TV as far as what Bill Jennings was telling us at halftime. We'll have to get some score updates from that Salem-Manchester Memorial game. That was 17-14 in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was the closest one they've had.
24-14 as Salem is up 10 again in the fourth quarter. So looks like Salem may be taking on Pinkerton. gain. They mark it to the 42. 3rd and 6. As we are ticking down towards 30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And they'll have to snap the ball here.
Down to 6.
As the clock ticks under 30 seconds.
They get to the line of scrimmage. Slot left, tight right. Split backs for Griffin, who's under center. Gonna need some defensive discipline, not to jump here. They try the hard count. He takes the snap, looks to the left. The out pattern caught by Jackson McDonald. He's close to those sticks, but he's short as they mark him at the 47-yard line. He needed to get to the 48. It's 4th and 1.
Good eye by the official there. That catch was made just shy of the marker. If you watch on TV here, the catch was right before. So it's going to be 4th and 1, 4th and a half.
We won't have far to go. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll flip sides of the field, only 6 yards from spot to spot. We'll have 12 minutes back on the board and a 44-13 lead for the Bedford Bulldogs. They need to hold on to advance to the semifinals.
We at BCTV and Bedford 105.1 would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. They include Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door. Thank you for your support. And beyond football, which wraps up just on Thanksgiving weekend, we've got boys basketball and ice hockey to announce. The TV opener will be Bedford taking on the Pioneers at Bedford Gym on Friday, December 12th at 7 p.m. I assume you'll be calling that game, Mr. Munster Tiger?
Back in the stands, having some fun again with the Hoop Squad.
And I will be there for the hockey telecast debut, Nashua North and South, the co-op team taking on the Bulldogs at Sullivan Arena on Wednesday, December 17th at 7 o'clock.
4th and 1 for the Warriors. Option play out to the right-hand side. They get the edge. They have the first down and more. That's Reynoso on the pitch from Griffin. Got to the edge, got the first down inside Bedford territory to the 42-yard line.
Excellent call there by the Warriors. Reynoso showing some of that speed, get around the corner. Picks up a good chunk of yardage there. Clock continues to tick though. 11:52, clock is stopped.
Griffin runs that option play nicely, rides that dive, reads the end, pitches it out quickly. Tries to look at the shoulders of that defensive end, see if they're open or closed. He made the right decision there. And Reynoso with the first down. Griffin here in the gun.
Takes
the snap, looks deep down the right-hand side. He's got his man, and it is incomplete, just overthrown. Nicely played out there by Harshi Puvati. Looking back, disrupting the route, and it is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. As you see there, Coach Francoeur realizing he's going to need to open it up here. With just 11:46 left in the game, they trail by 31. They're going to need some big chunk plays. 2 touchdowns here in the third quarter for the Bulldogs. One on that 87-yard punt return from Matthews, another on the 6-yard touchdown from Bryson Durso. Griffin hands it off. Mancini wrapped up. Braden Calkins on the tackle at the 40-yard line, a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors are still running the ball quite a lot. I guess they're just trying to keep the Bedford Bulldogs defense honest, make sure they respect that run, and then hopefully get single coverage on a passing play.
And similar to what the Bulldogs haven't helped, Mancini is a playmaker. He's broken off some big ones, has some speed when he gets to that edge, so not terribly surprising as they try that run-pass balance. Griffin takes the shotgun snap. It's a screen out to the right. It's dropped again. Incomplete. Bulldogs defended it well, intended for Lions. Bulldogs had a couple of defenders out there ready to make the tackle.
Connor Sturgis, he heard the footsteps coming. Sturgis was about to pop as soon as he made that catch.
4th and 8 upcoming as we're inside 11 minutes to go.
I would guess that we're going to see Parker Boschman coming into the game at some point. Bennett Matthews having himself a terrific day.
4th and 8 it is for Griffin. Take a timeout here, far sideline, calls it as Coach Francoeur knows this is a critical possession. He trails by 31 with just under 11 minutes to go in this game. Bulldogs cruising, but the Warriors trying to put something together here to get some more points on the board.
BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier than ever to access at your fingertips if you have the Bedford Community Television app, available for free download on Apple iOS and Android Play stores. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today and enjoy our programming live and on demand anywhere you are.
So the Bulldogs, they have 11 minutes to go here, looking to advance to that semifinal to take on Nashua South. Again, Nashua South victorious over Bishop Girton earlier this evening. 31-14, I believe, was that final. Griffin under center, 4th and 8. Big play here for the Warriors. He takes the snap, rolls to his right, feels pressure, delivers it over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Brian McCown. Broken up there in the middle.
McCown had the ball in his hands, couldn't come down with it. Did he drop it or did he have it knocked out of his hands?
I think it was knocked out. Cam Santos was in there looking to make a play on the ball. It will be a turnover on downs.
And surprisingly, it's going to be Bennett Matthews back out there once again. Thought we'd see Parker Boschman, but he's still on the sideline.
With Helton likely not in there, I don't see him on the bench, but I can't imagine that he's back in there. With Winston Hune likely in there, maybe Cody Byer. No, it's Hune.
Yep, wearing that shell. You can see he's got a all-black helmet. That's to protect the shell on that thing.
I can imagine the Bulldogs trying to take a ball control approach to this possession. Trips bunch to the left. Matthews hands it off to Hune. He takes it up the middle. He's got some positive yardage, at least 5, out past the 45. He gets wrapped up, pulled back, slammed to the ground very late. They actually mark him out to the 47, so a 7-yard carry. 2nd and 3 upcoming for the Bulldog offense.
Hune is the heir apparent to Helton's role in this offense.
Strange one there. He brought it forward progress to the 47 and then was slammed back down all the way back to the 42. So kind of an odd one there as he went forward 7, back 5, but they count the forward 7. 10 minutes and ticking. 44-13, the Bulldogs lead over the Warriors. Trips bunch to the left again, split to the right. Matthews in the gun with Hune to his right. They take the snap. Durso on the reverse. He's got first down yardage into Warrior territory, down and tackled at the 46-yard line, but not before he earns a first down for this Bulldog offense. The clock continues to run.
Yeah, interesting play call. We've seen that a couple times today where they fake it to the main running back, Hune, and then have Durso coming from the opposite side, then cutting inside up the middle.
Trips out to the right, tight left. Matthews has Hune to his left in the backfield. They take the snap. Hune takes it to the right-hand side. He gets some blocks out to the edge. He has the edge, forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 6-yard gain for Hune. 2nd and 4.
Tackle made by Ryan Bowman.
Matthews has a new runner in the backfield as Helton seems to be nursing some injuries. Coach Matthews doesn't want to risk any further injury as the Bulldogs will likely advance with this 31-point lead with only 9 minutes left.
2nd and 4.
Helton on the sideline in a nice cozy coat draped over his uniform. Trips to the right side, near side, into the boundary. Tight is left. Matthews in the pistol. Hune behind him. Fakes the handoff. Deep down the right side.
Wide open.
Open. Trying to high point the ball. Can't quite come down with it. Jacoby De Jesus had some room. Ball was a touch underthrown, and De Jesus had to stop and try to come back for it.
I think De Jesus kind of misjudged that ball, because if he had kept going, he wouldn't have had to high point the ball. He stopped thinking it was going to be short, and then it turned out it was going over his head, so he had a high point and couldn't come down with it.
Tough one there. Tough to judge. Either way, incomplete pass. Third and 4 coming up with 9:11 to go here in the game. Yeah, it looked like if he had just kept his feet on the ground, he might have been able to catch it in the breadbasket there.
Yeah,
either
just
way.
keep moving. Like I said, I think he misjudged the ball in the air. He thought it was going to be a lot shorter than it was.
2 receivers to each side. Durso goes in motion. Jet sweep out to the left for Durso. Cuts it back in. He's got first down yardage down to the 35, but no farther. They'll stop the clocks temporarily, reset the chains, and 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs heading in.
Durso, a very slippery runner, able to get that last yard to the sticks, even though he had a Warrior defender on him.
Everyone good for a first down.
Inside 9 minutes to go. Bulldogs ahead. 44-13 is your score. They look to take on Nashua South, who advanced earlier this evening in that 4-5 matchup. They were victorious over the Bishop Girton Cardinals. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Hune to the right of Matthews. The Warriors show pressure. Matthews evades it. He's got some room. Tosses it deep down to the left-hand side. Durso is going to be interfered with. Down on the 2-yard line.
That's another call that I would disagree with. You know, that was just a good defensive play, as number 7, Ryan Bowman, got his hand into the path of the ball at the very last second. He might have made contact with Durso just a split second early, but usually they give defensive backs the benefit of the doubt. When the ball is in the air, if they're making a play for the ball, they usually let that go.
Timing was tough on that one. I think the first one was more egregious. This one, Durso was trying to come back for the ball. Bowman didn't have his head turned around looking for the ball. This one, I think, was a lot closer than the last one. The Bulldogs definitely benefiting from what we felt was an inaccurate defensive pass interference earlier in this game. This one was quite a bit closer,
And
but
now
the
another
Bulldogs
flag
again.
comes out. I wonder if somebody said something to an official.
Bulldogs taking advantage of that foul, and perhaps even more.
Yeah, they're walking it back. I think the Warriors know. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike. Another 15 yards coming. So somebody said something to the official about that call.
Penalty against Winnacunnet for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So they march ahead, half the distance to the goal. Ball will be spotted on the 10-yard line after the PI and the unsportsmanlike. Bulldogs have a 1st and goal from the Warriors 10. 8:26 to go in the game. The Bulldogs ahead 31 points.
It'll be 1st and goal
Looking to
from the 10-yard line.
make it a bit wider. Trips out to the left, tight right. Hune to the left of Matthews in the backfield. 5 yards deep, he takes the snap. Fakes to Hune. Pitch out to the left-hand side. We got a flag down on the near side as Durso avoids several tacklers. Tries to get into the end zone. They finally gang tackle him inside the 5, but we have a flag back here at the 12-yard line. Could be a hold on the offense.
That was an interesting play there by Matthews. Look.
6:40 left, and the Bulldogs doing what they can to absolutely hack up this offensive possession. They've gone forward, they've gone backwards, they've had personal fouls, they've had holding. It's been a whole bag of tricks here.
Apologize for the dead air on the radio side. We are back on now.
Bulldogs again ahead, 44-13, 6.5 to go in this game. They are up over the Winnacunnet Warriors in this number 1 versus number 8 seed matchup. Pistol formation, trips bunch to the left. Matthews takes the snap, looks out to the left. Military roll, we're gonna have another holding foul. Matthews delivers to the end zone. Looks like it's trapped there back in the backfield. We get another flag and a third flag. They do signal, at least the Bulldogs think it was a catch.
Yeah, it was. Dylan Belair definitely got that catch cleanly, but we'll see what shakes out here with all the flags.
We have at least 3 different flag situations. I believe a hold by the offensive line, perhaps an unsportsmanlike in the end zone, and then there was a third foul from the near side linesman. We got all kinds of dirty laundry out there.
Maybe we can get a replay of that catch. It was a pretty good catch there by Belair.
Absolutely, Dylan Belair along the backside of the end zone. All kinds of strange stuff going on. 6:03 left in the game. Again, the Bulldogs ahead 31. We got a hold on the offense, and that is what's going to overrule everything else. Hold call was at the 20-yard line, so they'll march back to the 30-yard line. And then a dead ball unsportsmanlike on the Bulldogs as well. So, geez.
Okay.
I mean, wow. I think they had a 1st and goal from the 10. The ball is currently marked at the 40-yard line.
So a double major penalty moves them back 30 yards.
So 2nd and goal from the 40.
Okay.
Harry, how many times have you seen that?
Not that often. What do you call on 2nd and 40?
Well, Parker Boscheman is in. The lefty is going to substitute in for Matthews. I think Coach Matthews is ready to get this clock running. Hune is behind Boscheman in the pistol. We have trips right, split out to the left. Coach Matthews is saying, this is a little silly, let's run some clock.
And Bennett Matthews on the sideline, he was expressing some frustration to his teammates.
Hune takes the handoff from Boscheman.
Oh, that might be a face mask.
We got a personal foul here as they wrapped up Hune, but they wrapped up his helmet. So is there going to be a personal foul on the Warriors defense?
So move forward 15 yards.
All kinds of
face mask, major face mask, 15-yarder.
All kinds of messiness going on in this possession. Hune was taken down at the 38-yard line. Had a 2-yard gain, but that's going to be a lot more after the penalty.
So it'll be 2nd and 25, I guess. 2nd and 23. Better than 2nd and 40.
The personal foul, face mask penalty against the Warriors.
And what a way to extend the game, as we've had penalties, incompletions, personal fouls. We're going forward, we're going backwards, all kinds of messiness here. The ball is now marked on the 23.
At the longest 6 minutes or so.
2nd and 23.
2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 23.
Yep.
Boscheman in the gun, a back on either side of him. Slot right, tight left. He takes the snap. Fakes the Durso, keeping himself to the right-hand side. He keeps those legs churning inside the 15. Good run by Boscheman. He takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Will Phillips was the one who was grabbing his shirt tails, bringing him down.
3rd and goal. They mark it at the 12? No, the 13. So 3rd and goal from the 13. And we tick inside 5 minutes to go. 44-13 is your score. The Bulldogs ahead of the Warriors. At this point, pretty safe to say that they will be playing next Friday night. They will host Nashua South, who beat the Bishop Girton Cardinals earlier this evening. Final score there was 31-14. Semi-final action back here in Bedford. Boscheman delivers to the end zone.
Oh.
Big hit there in the end zone.
It's intercepted.
It's picked off. They're going to take it the distance here. Connor Flaherty showing some hustle. We'll see if he can chase him down. I'm not sure he's going to. Number 5, Burke Spalding, pick 6, takes it the distance. Tough hit in the end zone. Durso took a pop right there at the goal line.
So we've seen 200-yard pick sixes.
We sure did.
One by us, one by the other team. But that was an interesting play. Durso ran into the defensive back. Would you say it was number 5, Spalding?
Yeah, it was a big pop there, right there at the goal line. As the ball was right there, it was a nice defensive play.
The officials are talking things over. I don't know what there's to talk about. It was definitely, they didn't blow the whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that motion was, but...
Could we get a replay of that interception? Because nobody's moving. They're not acting like a touchdown was just scored here.
It may be that the interception was in the end zone. It might be an automatic touchback is what we're hearing. So similar to that kickoff, kind of an odd one there.
That's a rule? You can't do a pick. I mean, how did Bedford do it? How did
they were not in the end zone? That was more right on the 1 yard line as he picked it there. So it is 1st and 10 for the Warriors on their own 20.
Well, that's got to hurt Mr. Spalding. All that effort.
Absolutely.
That's an ESPN highlight, and you're taking it away from him. Okay,
let's
watch what happened here.
Boschman looks out to the left-hand side, delivers the out. Coming off of it and making the pick was Spalding. Spalding right there has the wherewithal to grab it and take it forward, but again, he made the interception in the end zone, so it's our understanding here in the booth that because he was in the end zone, it is ruled as a touchback. They bring it out to the 20, 4:26 to go in this game. A great defensive play and an unfortunate rule for the Warriors as he took it 103 yards for what appeared to be a touchdown. But because of the rule, it is a touchback.
.426 to go here on the clock, and the Warriors back on offense. Try to see if they can score a point or two just for their own sake.
Bulldogs making some substitutions, keeping some of their key players off the defensive side of the ball. We see Parker Boschman playing free safety in place of Bennett Matthews. Helton has not been seen on the field in a little bit as Braden Calkins is in at linebacker for him. Up the middle, 5-yard play for the Warriors. 2nd and 5 upcoming. The clock continues to tick. That's an important aspect here as we're deep in this game. 4 minutes to go in the game.
I believe that was a rear with the carry.
Both sides making some substitutions here. Griffin still in at quarterback for the Warriors. He takes the snap, split backfield. They go off the right-hand side. Decent run there for Mancini. He gets out to the 35-yard line. 10-yard run for Mancini. 1st down for the Warriors. They go quick here. Griffin under center. Takes the snap. First man through off the left guard. Ahead for 5 yards to the 40. 2nd and 5 upcoming for the Warrior offense as they try to string together a possession here. Santos on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Split backs again for Griffin. Toss sweep to the left. Wrapped up nicely. Byer in there first. Cleaned up by Anthony Carenti on the tackle. 3 minutes to go, and Harry, as we enter these last few minutes, thoughts on the game, thoughts on next week?
Well, kind of caught me here a minute. I was just thinking, but thought about this game was just how determined the Bulldogs were to get a big lead, and they did that early. 3 straight touchdowns on 3 possessions. Here's a run by Mancini for 1st down. They got up 24-0 before Winnacunnet could do anything, and from that point on, they were just chasing.
Took advantage of 2 early turnovers, 2 interceptions, one by Matthews and one by Durso.
Yeah, that too. I forgot to mention those turnovers. And then in the second half, taking the initial possession by Winnacunnet and turning it into an 83-yard or 87-yard punt return. That was the backbreaker. That if it wasn't over before, it was over at that point. And now we're going to have the South Panthers coming back here, although we played them at Stellos last time. And that game was kind of a curious game, penalty-filled. Kind of a sloppy game in the first half, but the Bulldogs pulled it together and picked up the win. Turned out to be a fairly easy win at the end. You know, is that the same South team we're going to see here? You saw South take care of business. At least we did a little bit in the brief look-ins on the BG game. And BG, as we mentioned before a couple of times, gave the Bulldogs a much tougher game, probably one of the toughest regular season games this year. So, you know, which South team are we going to see? The one that we beat in the third week of the season, or the second week of the season, I should say, or the team that beat one of the teams that gave us a hard time, you know, transitive property here.
Each of these teams will evolve and mature throughout the course of the season. They'll see different weapons evolve for their offense. They'll see their defensive play calling evolve. So you see them, you know, evolving throughout the season, as we say. And their character changes and changes with the times, changes with the situation. As a handoff for Reynoso goes to the right-hand side. The Bulldogs have done it themselves. They had a bye week. They were able to work in some different looks on offense, a couple different formations that we haven't seen, a couple of different groups of plays, trying to take advantage of each of their weapons on the offensive side of the ball. And to great effect this evening, as we saw. Again, they lead 44-13, just a minute 40 to go here in this game. The Warriors trying to do what they can to put more points on the board, but
just to make it respectable.
They will fall short this evening.
Now, do we have a final from Memorial? Did Salem finish up and win that game?
They were ahead 17-14 at last, 24-14 at last look. So we're anticipating that Salem would have got the win there. Griffin runs the option out to the left-hand side, gets down to the 30. First down for the Warriors.
So the other side of the bracket looks like it's going to be Pinkerton and Salem. Really the only upset, the only game that didn't go to the higher seed in this entire tournament.
That was that Salem game over the number 2 seed Memorial.
So, you know, you're looking at the final 4 here. 1, 2, 3, and 7. You know, we could be heading toward another rematch against the Pinkerton Astros, although this time it'll be in the final.
Just a quick correction. That's 1, 3, 4, and 7.
Thank you.
Not 2.
2 was Memorial.
Memorial, yeah, and that's from everything we know. Salem's going to advance. Last score we saw again was 24-14. 1:33 to go here in this game. 44-13 is your score here. New quarterback for the Warriors, Connor Kelly, steps in. The junior will be under center, split backfield. Tight end is right. They'll run to the right side off the right guard. Met immediately after the handoff and stopped at the line of scrimmage, so the Warriors will have 2nd and 10.
Well, I've got some time. Let's thank our underwriters one last time. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate New Hampshire, and great New Hampshire restaurants like T-Bones and the Copper Door.
Appreciate our underwriters as usual. We do have confirmation. 24-17 was the final. Salem beats Manchester Memorial, so Memorial got a late field goal, but not quite enough.
That was Sean O'Riordan with the carry.
And so they fall to Salem.
Let's thank our crew, Bill Jennings and Mark Murai, running the cameras today. Also, the football staff of the Bedford football team. We are using their end zone camera as well in this production. Andrew Fenn, technical director and producing back at BCTV Central. And of course, Corey Munster Tiger and yours truly, Harry Kozlowski, with the call of the game.
Harry, also the radio engineer, so helping out all those WBNH fans out there. We tick down inside 15 seconds to go. That'll just about do it here from Bedford High School tonight. The number 1 seed, Bedford Bulldogs, victorious over the visiting Winnacunnet Warriors. Final score 44-13. The Bulldogs advance to the semifinals. Again, we'll bring you that action next Friday night, 7 p.m. right here at Bedford High School. Again, for Harry Kozlowski, we thank the BCTV crew. We wish you all a great night. We'll join you next week for semifinal action right here from Bedford High School. Have a great night, everybody.